what's up, what's good? It's your girl B, and I'm back with yet another video. As y'all can see by the title, today I'm bringing you guys another hair video. Yes, today I'm partnering up with Sunber hair. I've worked with them before in the past. They sent me over their 22-inch 180% density lace front wig in the texture of a Peruvian deep curly. Here's just a little texture shot of the curls and how they come, and of course the lace front of the wig. As you can see, the baby hair on the right are a lot thicker than those on the left. The lace does come in a standard medium brown color, and of course the front of the lace is lightly pre-plucked. The wig is advertised in the color of a natural black, but the hair does look a little bit darker. On camera it's looking a little bit more brown, but I promise in person it's a little bit darker. Here I'm just trying on the wig to see how the curls look before I define them, and it gave me like this really great value version of Selena, and I was not feeling it. So let's go ahead and start getting to this wig. Prior to putting the wig on, I did use my adjustable straps because the wig is a little bit too big for my head. Y'all know I have a small pea-sized head, but I would rather get a cap size a little bit bigger rather than having it too small, so that way no matter what I can adjust it and make it fit my head comfortably. Here I'm just going to start to cut my lace as close to the hairline as possible. Uh-oh, who texted me? The hairline was a little bit tough to pluck, so I kind of opted out for plucking out the sides, and I just used the front of the frontal and just made it like a little bit of a, you know, closure wig, if you will. Since I didn't have much lace to work with, I kind of was forced into using my Got to Be Glued freeze spray. As you can see by my face, I was not feeling this, but I really did not have a choice. I did not want the wig to lift up, being that the hair was so thick and dense. So to make sure that the lace adhered to my skin a little bit better, I did use a little bit of the Got to Be Glued Blasting Freeze Spray to the front of my head and left the sides of my, you know, lace a little bit bare. So yeah, after that I just tied the front of my edges down, waited for about 15 to 25 minutes or until after I, you know, defined my hair, and then I got to these curls, child. Well, while I'm doing this, I might as well talk to you guys because I just feel like talking to y'all. I have honestly actually been meaning to do a story time video. How do you guys feel about those kind of sit down story time videos? Because anything that requires me to sit for too long and be serious for too long, I can't really take too much. That's why y'all see me in my hair videos. I'm right here. I can't just sit. Lecturing like that is just not my cup of tea. This is a story about the time I dated a trap guy. This is not a joke. This guy literally was a trap guy. This had taken place when I first got out of high school. I was into like those mannerable thugs. The yes ma'am, no ma'am, but why you saying yes ma'am, no ma'am, you pulling your pants up, taking your grill out your mouth. That's what I was really into. Like I mentioned to y'all in a lot of my other videos, I pretty much had one steady boyfriend my whole high school career, pretty much my whole life until I got with my boyfriend that I'm with now. Dang, this stuff stinks. This is one of the times where me and him were on like this break. Around this time, I had a friend, and we're gonna give her the name. My new friend in this story is gonna be named Samantha, and of course, y'all know my old friend that I always mention in all of my story times is going to be Maria. Just thought I'd throw that in there. I don't know where that clip went, but there you go. So y'all just keep up, okay? Okay, bye. My on-again, off-again boyfriend had been on a break for at least, I'd say, 6 months. But my friends insisted on me trying to get out there and date again, like they always did. I think we were hanging out either at my house or out to eat. We were on Snap, just clowning around on Snap, you know, typical young girl stuff. We're back at my house, walking around watching TV, and all of a sudden she gets slide up from one of the posts of me and her. And it is one of her friends from a neighboring town. I'm not going to say where, because then you guys will probably get an idea of who, if you're from my town, you probably get an idea of who I'm talking about. But if you do, that's fine. This was literally years ago. So he slid up and he was just asking who I was. Let's give this guy a name. His name is going to be, we're going to call him, let's call him P3. The messages are filled with hard eyes, and I'm just like,
I know who.
He didn't ask for my number. So after that, I didn't think anything of it. It's just somebody that's, you know, giving me a compliment, and I appreciate it. I didn't think too deep into it because not every guy that gives you a compliment wants you or wants to talk to you. Women need to understand that. So I didn't be like, oh my God, he wants me. Oh my God, I want to talk to him. No, like I accepted a compliment, and after he, you know, left it at that, that was it. So that following weekend, this had to be middle of the week. So that particular weekend of the same week that this happened, there was a big game in the neighboring city. My town has always been big rivals with their city. when it comes to football and basketball. So these were always super duper big games, like all the time. There were always really, really big games, always really popping. Like I told y'all, football games are like a club. It's the equivalent to going out on the town in my city. Me and all my girls got up, went and got our nails and stuff done, made sure our hair and stuff was in check, had our outfits ready. We had been working hard, going to classes all week. So we knew, okay, we finna go to this game, turn up. All my friends are single. We finna just be the boss babes that we are, hand out numbers and block them later on. Like pretty much. I realized the whole time that we're in the car on our way over, me and Samantha are in the back, and I recognize she's just sniggling and smiling and looking at me and looking crazy. I'm like, what's wrong with you? She set up for me and D4 to meet. Now I'm nervous because I'm going here to meet somebody. I can't really enjoy the game now because my mind is going to be on this. A brief, very brief breakdown of what D3 looked like. He was handsome. He wasn't too tall, but he wasn't short. He was taller than me. D3 was dark skinned. He had dreads. His dreads were long then. They maybe were like to here. He of course had a mouthful of goals. You know, typical Florida hot boy stuff. We went to the game, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So she's like, he should be here. He's late working. And I'm like, oh, okay. Bro, I got a job, got a job, like I'm with it. So now I'm like, okay, I can dig this. She was looking kind of like she was weary. I'm like, oh, my sister just said he had a job. Like, what you mean? What does he do? Oh, he ain't got a job like that.
Oh, he ain't got a job like that.
You said he got a job. He late because he had to work late, but he ain't got no job like that. What kind of work does he do, sis? She goes on to tell me that he is a street pharmacist. He, you know, has to make sure everybody does what they're supposed to do and everybody's in place. So it takes him a little time to, you know, leave from, you know, where he's at. So he has to make sure everything is good before he leave, you know, and lock up. I'm like, lock up? Is this like a whole freaking establishment? Like, I don't get it. So after that, I kind of dropped it because I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just meeting him. I ain't gotta talk to the boy. I can just talk to him here at the game, and when I get home, that'll be that, yada, 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 whoop, bop. I was kind of scared to meet him because my boyfriend that I have now was there at the game, but me and him weren't dating. I was interested in him. Me and him were making like little side conversations. So I was kind of like, oh, kind of duck and dodge, make sure that he wouldn't see me talking to the other guy because I wanted him to know that I was available. You feel me? That too already had me on my toes. Like I was still like, it's time for a halftime. We all can let our outfits be seen. So we all go down to the concession stand and it is packed wall to wall. Everyone's playing music. People are selling food. I think I had bought me some sauce or something to eat. Maria keeps hitting my leg. Girl, no, not right now. I'm hungry. I ain't ate all day. I had to make sure my stomach was on flat back to get into this dress.
Girl, that's him.
Dumb crowded down here.
Hold on, let me go talk to him right quick because he called me over.
I see her walking into the crowd, but I don't really know where she's going. Next thing I know, she walks back over and she has D3 with her. And girl, when he walked up, he didn't really speak that directly to me. Kind of soft spoken. You know, he had spoken, say, you know, hey, how y'all doing? I'm like, hey, what's up? All of us kept talking like a group. I want to say we didn't. I want to say we didn't really even talk that much. He was very polite. Like, he didn't even act like a thug at all. He had on his Trill Young Savage bandana around his neck. He only wore one color. And that color was red. And he was a part of that Rojo family. So yeah, he didn't ask for my number then. We literally just walked off, said nice to meet you, and that was it. And so they were looking like, why didn't you give me your number? I'm like, he didn't freaking ask me. He probably wasn't interested. Like, just because he talked to me as being cordial, being nice, does not mean that he's interested. He has to show some type of interest. It's another snap. He's asking her for my number. He texted me that same night and we actually hit it off pretty good. He didn't give me any strange vibes. He didn't come out to me being disrespectful in any way. There's different levels and different type of hood niggas. You have them, and them. Like, you have you have your Kodak Blacks and Coley P's, then you have your Plies, your ball greasies, and then up here you have your TIs. Like, that's pretty much what it is. He was a mixture between the ball greasy type persona and the TI. We ended up talking like every day. He loved to FaceTime. We never really talked about, he never even mentioned what he did. And honestly, I didn't really care. I didn't want to really get involved in it because I was scary. Redundant. He would want to talk all day. He was getting clingy. And if I wouldn't answer my phone, he would call Samantha looking for me. He would go on my Facebook and write me, my Instagram and write me until I replied back to him. I told him I was with friends and he decided to FaceTime. His business did not stop, but he would literally be on the block with me on FaceTime, with me on the phone. He didn't really care. Like, he didn't care if he was busy or not. No matter what, he would call me or FaceTime me. As we're talking, I hear a bunch of yelling as if someone's arguing. I'm like, hey, you okay? Something's going on? He's like, yeah, I'm cool. How's your day? And I'm like, he was asking me questions as if he was trying to divert my attention somewhere else. Okay, what you eat today? Have you eaten today? How'd you sleep? I'm like, why are you asking me these random behind questions? The voices getting closer. It sounds like grown men. They're getting closer. I can't really hear what they're arguing about, but I just know that they're going in. He looks over to his right, puts the phone down, so all I'm seeing is his chin, shakes his head, and drops the phone. Bow, 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 bow.
Shot the nigga.
I knew those were gunshots. I knew they were gunshots. I didn't waste time trying to figure it out. I hung up immediately. Period. Hung up and I blocked him instantly. I don't care what y'all say. I heard him scream as if he was arguing with somebody. I have insurance, okay, it wasn't him that got shot. I heard him still running and going off and, you know, just arguing with someone in the distance. And after that day, I had not talked to him since. The funny thing is, this may have happened about 4 or 5 years ago, and I have not seen him since. I went on a cruise for my sister's bachelorette party around January, and we went to the Bahamas. The cruise was lit. After we landed in Nassau, we had our photographer that was like photographing and videoing our whole trip as a private type of touring company. So we got on a little private boat with him and his crew. We went to their private island and had a turn up. Once we got on the boat to go to the private island, the boat is not big at all, but it's big enough for at least like 15 of us. As I get on the boat, I see that there's a guy sitting in the driver's pit. So I'm like, he looks really, really familiar. And as I'm looking, me and him make eye contact. I look at him, he looks at me, and instantly I knew, that's D3. He was on my boat in the Bahamas. He was one of my drivers. D3 was Bahamian. Once he caught that charge from the shooting that took place on FaceTime with me, he did his time. And once he got out of prison, he got deported back to the Bahamas. And that was my first time seeing him since he got booked. And we honestly laughed about it. That's pretty much it. There was no hard feelings about anything. After the Bahamas trip, I haven't talked to him since. Like, we have no reason. I got a man.
Sorry, y'all. It's time for yet another awkward transition. Okay, after I defined my hair in the previous clips, I did not like at all how it came out. It was looking very frizzy, very dry. So I did go over my hair again with some more different products. And I liked how that turned out a little bit better. So I'm going to let you guys just watch how I define this hair again. And I'll see y'all in a couple more minutes. Okay, bye. The two key components that made a big difference in my curl definition was, of course, the different product and then the tool. This is the brush that I got from Dollar Tree, baby girl. This wet brush is the GOAT for wavy hair. This brush literally defines every kink, every coil. Why am I talking like that? I'm stupid. I didn't think it was going to define much with this hair, being that it is more of a wider brush. But as you can see, it did just fine. Then I applied my natural curl defining cream by Eden Body Works. And baby, I was set. I ended up doing the shingling method as well, and also going through and brushing it and defining it, and then picking it apart and, you know, defining the coils and curls one by one. So that way it wasn't, you know, too clumped up, which is something that I wasn't too fond of. After separating my coils, I kind of just let it sit there and dry. After you pick apart your curls, I advise you guys not to really mess with the hair while it's drying, because you don't want to make it more frizzy than it already is. To kind of combat the frizziness and kind of take an extra precaution, I did go ahead and trim my ends. The first time I defined my hair, I realized that my ends were a lot more frizzier than the rest of my head. So I thought, okay, cutting my ends would probably cancel out the, you know, possibilities of me having frizz the second time around, which definitely helped a lot. These are the different comparisons. The left side is already clipped, and the right side, of course, is the side that I have not trimmed just yet. So yeah, I recommend anybody that does buy, you know, wigs or bundles, even if the hair is straight, wavy, whatever type of texture, always trim your ends. Even if it's not necessary, I do recommend that because it gives extra body and an extra type of oomph to your hair that is like none other. I am a strong advocate for trimming your real hair as well as your wigs, okay? All right, this is the finished look. Let me hurry up and get started because I got a lot to say. This hair that was sent to me is Sunber hair, Peruvian deep curly 13x4 lace front wig, and this is in the density of 180, I believe. I'm looking off my phone so I won't get anything wrong. This wig is in 22 inches and it is in fact 180% density. I knew that much because the hair is pretty thick. I'm gonna put everything you guys need to know as far as shipping and all that good stuff and all the specs of the hair over here on the screen, so that way you won't miss out anything, but also listen to me. This is what I'm about to tell you is very important. Let's start off with texture for a minute. The name of this hair is Peruvian deep curly. The hair is in fact curly. As you can see, the hair definitely has some curls. The hair is more so of a spiraling curl, if that makes any sense. The hair is more so of a spiraling curl. It's not really as much as a ringlet, something different for me. So when I was trying to define the hair, I was kind of getting frustrated because the hair was not really curling the way I thought it was going to curl. I was raking the gel through it first, and then after I was using the shingling method. I prefer to use the shingling method so that we can get the most maximum amount of definition, as well as it helps you to define every single strand, because if not, your hair is going to clump. The hair clumps together like this. They look almost like dreadlocks. Look right over here. Compared to this side, I kind of, you know, I defined this side pretty well, but this side I kind of got tired and I was just like, okay, whatever, bump it. If you do not do the shingling method, this is how your whole head will lock up in like little spirals, which isn't a bad thing. It's actually very pretty, but I'm just not, this is something I'm not very used to. The hair is curly, the curl pattern is beautiful, but just so you guys know, you will have to do a shingling method when you are, you know, defining this hair. At first, I did use my Eco Solder Gel, the argan oil line. I found that I didn't really define the hair. It's like the hair just sucked it up and it was right back to being fluffy and just wild and free. So then you guys saw me use my Eden Body Works Coconut Curl Defining Cream. That helps a little bit better, and also it helps to soften the hair. And I say that to say this, the hair's texture is kind of coarse. I don't know if that's because of the origin of the hair. I don't have much knowledge in the Peruvian hair department. Only hair I'm kind of familiar with is the straight Peruvian hair and Peruvian body wave. Now, one thing I do know is that with the straight hair and the body wave hair, Peruvian strands on those textures are really, really thick and they are coarser, which makes it better for curling purposes and of course straightening purposes. It holds curl and holds its straightness for a good amount of time. So I should have known that this hair is going to be a little bit thicker and denser. So yeah, I noticed the texture of the hair off rip. This hair is not unmanageable, it's not unbearable. It's actually very easy. Even though this hair says deep curly, I would more so call this hair more of a deep wave because of the waves that are in the top of the head. And the bottom of the hair, like I said, is not really curl. It more so just, it more so kind of just waves up. Also, one big thing, it's not really a big issue to me, I'm pretty sure I can find a way to combat it, is the fact of once I do define the hair, whether it is with the cream or the gel. The cream did a little bit better, but no matter what, my ends got a little frizzy. My ends would be defined for the moment of me wetting it and applying the product, but once the hair did dry, my ends were a little bit frizzy. So I'm thinking next time what I may do to try to like see if it'll help a little bit better is to mix the gel and the coconut cream in one sitting in my hand and then apply it just to my ends without touching them, or take a perm rod and apply it to the ends of the hair so that way I can get a nice type of ringlet curl instead of like a spiral, and that way the perm rods also helps to smooth down the hair cuticle so that it's not as frizzy. But I'm sure there's a product out there that can help with that. My products just didn't work. The hair is still beautiful. I have gotten some shedding only because this is curly hair. I did bleach my knots. I did pluck the front of the wig, so it was bound for me to get shedding. Whenever a wig sheds, do not scream bloody murder, because one thing for sure, wigs, bundles, it's going to shed. All hair sheds. Say it with me. All hair sheds. Period. It does not shed excessively, unbearable, nothing is out of the norm. Other than that, the hair is bomb. The hair is nice. I don't know if this is even a thing. The lace front portion of this wig was very, very hard to pluck. Now that's honestly a good thing. That means that your hair is not gonna fall out as quickly and as easily in the front of your wig. Front was gonna last a whole lot longer than normal, than usual. I had to really like pluck at one spot for so long to get at least one strand. Hence is why I don't really have much of my hair plucked. I could have done a lot better plucking job than this, but like I said, it was kind of hard to pluck. But that is a good thing because that shows very good craftsmanship when it comes to the construction of this wig. I did not wet this hair this morning. I did not define this hair this morning. This is what you get. Literally last night when I got back in from Miami, I put my hair in a bun, tied up my edges with my headscarf, and laid in my bed and took my fat butt to sleep. As y'all can see, the hair is still defined. It's still nice and soft, and these spirals of course are still intact. There's not really much else I can say. I like it. I like this hair a lot. I will leave all information to this hair down below in the description box if you guys are interested in Sunber hair. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please do not forget to give your girl a big thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the Beehive down below. Join the Beehive gang, the Beehive fam, because we are lit and we are never ever bougie over here. Do you understand me? Oh, I look cute like that. I know you guys want to keep in contact with your girl because I'm your best friend, you're my best friend, we're all best friends. So add me on Instagram. I mean, what? And as always, my lovelies, I love every single one of you. But until next time, your crown may tilt, but you never let it fall. Stay gilded.